Shamai, let's talk about flight ukuleles. So yeah, if you haven't guessed already, I love flight ukuleles. I think I'm up to 6 at the minute. And I've said this a few times, my favourite acoustic normal ukuleles are my Flight Voyager Concert and Flight Voyager Tenor. Absolutely love them. But yeah, I am quite a fan of their rock series. And I've got the Flight Pathfinder. Absolutely love that uke, the colours, the look of it, the playing of it. And I think I was probably one of the first in the UK to get that. And then the Flight Vanguard came along in that stunning purple colour. The actual shape of it, everything about that, I love that electric ukulele. As a bass player, I don't actually own a flight bass yet. I've been so close a few times now to getting the flight mini bass. Luckily, my good friend Jude has got one and has lent it to me quite a few times, and I love that instrument. I'm not so fussed on the JB because I'm not a jazz bass player, but I am hoping to try that one out very soon. And yeah, I would like to try the Flight Dub at some point as well. They're electro-acoustic bass, so they are on definite future lists. And I very recently treated myself to a couple of flight travel ukuleles. In fact, here is the long neck soprano. I first played one of these in the summer in Shrewkfest, and as soon as I played one, I knew I was going to have to get one. I haven't even done the full reviews of this and the concert, which is somewhere behind me over there at the minute, okay? But yeah, I absolutely love flight ukuleles. I did a Carla Rambles in the summer where I talked to Mike Upton, the president of Carla, and talked about Carla quite a lot. So I just thought it'd be a bit of fun to talk about flight this time. So I'm not going to do a full Rachel's Rambles. I've just had a little ramble about how much I love flight. What I am going to do, though, is share with you a little interview that I've done with Juliana, who is basically Lady Flight, in charge of flight ukuleles. Okay, it was lovely chatting with her. I've asked her a few questions from me that I hope you guys are interested in, and there are a couple of viewers' questions as well. So let's meet Juliana of Flight Ukulele. How are you doing? Okay?
Yeah, I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my absolute pleasure. I've been a massive fan of flight for years and years. I'm up to about 6 flight ukes at the minute, but loads more on the wish list. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, of course.
Right. So first of all, probably one you've been asked many times before. When, why, and how did flight ukulele start?
Yeah, I've been asked this question quite a few times. But yeah, we can, and every time the story is a bit different, I guess. Right. So we started around 10 years ago. So we released our anniversary series, I think, a couple of years ago to celebrate that. And originally we just started like a simple local ukulele brand here in Slovenia because there was not many ukuleles available locally because all the big brands were like over there in the US and they were not available here. So we thought like, okay, we have to make something ourselves if we want to get the good quality ones, because like the other ones were like a bit rubbish that were available. So yeah, we kind of went and created the first line. It was like super basic, like just sapele ukuleles, just, you know, something for beginners or like anyone who wanted to start learning ukulele, but a bit better quality than all the colored ones that were available back in like on the market in 2010. And then people liked them, especially like locally. So they started spreading first like here in Slovenia, then some nearby markets like Austria, then they started being sold in Switzerland and some other countries, and it just went up from there. So we kept growing our line, we kept adding new models, and like with that came more countries who were interested in our brand. But I guess like when when things started really taking off, it was probably like 2015, 2016 when we added like the US and Germany and Mexico, all the big countries into like, our distribution system. And then we realized, okay, we're now proper international brand at this point. So we should also start making probably like more professional instruments. And because like up to that point, there were not many brands that were actually doing anything above 300 euros price point, at least not in Europe. It was not much on the market. Like if you went to the stores, you had ukuleles for like, I don't know, several thousand euros.
Yeah.
And then you had all the solid tops in like 200 range, but there was like not much offer, not many exciting designs. So we thought, okay, we can try and see if it sells. And actually the perception was that those price points are hard to sell. So we proved them wrong.
Absolutely.
Yes. So when we came out with like Victoria Ukulele and like some stores saw that it was like 340 euros, they were like, no, it's not gonna sell because like like the not specialist ukulele stores, but like just general music stores that they sell guitars every day. They just used to selling ukuleles like in 50 pounds, euros price range. So they never thought like something like Victoria could sell, but then it started selling well. So then we introduced more and more models and we kept going higher, higher, higher. We kept like pushing and seeing when is it going to stop, when are people going to say, okay, that's a bit too much. But I guess like our product development team is that good at predicting what market wants and developing like really cool designs and at the same time pricing them affordably. So we like our philosophy is, for example, to take something in the price range, I don't know, for example, 500 euros and then be better than the competition at the same price in that price range.
Just wow, that's so interesting to hear. Now I've read some of that on your website, but hearing it and first of all hearing the passion from you as well, you can see now why you've succeeded. And I'm pretty sure the whole ukulele world is very thankful for you pushing the boundaries all the time. You know, it's I've been following you probably since about 2016 when I started my club and things, and then bought my first flight, I don't know, maybe 4-5 years ago now. And it's just been a joy to watch you grow and grow and grow. And you really are, you're one of the most innovative companies in the world, ukulele-wise, at the minute. I really think so. So, next question then is, why the name Flight?
That's a very good question. We like used to say that it's about flying, like giving wings to your music, so something like that. At the same time, we wanted a word that is a word in English language, and we didn't want to associate ourselves with anything Hawaiian because that's not our brand. Like our branding is totally like we are from Europe. We don't want to pretend that we are from somewhere where we are not. So we went for something that is inspiring and that is an English word that means something. And at the same time, the thing is about our branding, which we didn't consider at the time when we were naming our brand, is that F and L are really hard letters to draw. So we went through so many logo options and so many logo changes, and like still like even our current logo, we're still like maybe it could have been better, but like it's like so hard to draw like these two letters together and then GHT at the end. So
Yeah, no. It's a fantastic name, and it is, one of the most well remembered known names now. No, that's lovely to hear how that happened. Right, you sort of answered my next question initially when the history, but I was going to ask, did you already play the ukulele, and if so, what size, what make?
We had like several ukuleles at home, but like because I explained before.
Yes,
there was not much available. They were like mostly like cheap sopranos, and like we visited Music Messe here in Europe, so we got to try out some other ukulele brands, and we saw what was actually available. But still, like those Hawaiian brands, I think they never came to Europe to exhibit. So like the only place where you can see them, I think, is Namsho.
Right, right.
So
I'm with you.
yeah, we only went to Hawaii like much later and like tried like the Hawaiian ukuleles and
And
visited
and
them.
I do I really appreciate the fact that you're not trying to be Hawaiian, and you've
Yeah.
gone down your own route. That's brilliant. Okay, so how many different models are there at the moment for Flight?
I have no idea actually.
That's the
I think
correct answer. That's the same answer as if somebody says, how many ukuleles have you got? And you go, well, I don't know.
sorry, I think it's around over 200, but the thing is like we also introduced like a line of accessories during pandemic, so like yeah, if you look at the total number of SKUs, like it looks like maybe 300 or more, but lots of them are like straps or capos. Our capos are quite
Yeah.
popular.
That's a lot of ukuleles, and as you say, it'd be difficult to keep track because there's new ones coming in all the time. Okay,
Yeah.
right. So I am a massive fan of your electric solid body ukuleles.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I was probably one of the first in the UK to buy both the Flight Pathfinder and the Vanguard. As soon as I saw them, I just had. I'm not a guitarist. I can't play electric guitar, but I was just fascinated by them. So how did the electric rock series happen? What was the idea behind that?
Yeah, actually, to comment what you said earlier, I remember seeing you playing them on your channel, and I was thinking, how that was fast. We just like shipped them like literally last week. How is this possible? Like, how did it make it to the channel so quick? So yeah, thank you for the speed and thank you for supporting our
No,
brand.
no problem
Uh,
at all.
and how they came along, basically our say chief product designer, who also happens to be my husband.
Right.
His background is with electric guitars, and of course, he also loves ukuleles. Similar, like a lot of people in the ukulele community, like Alex Pedrischuk and
Yeah.
Peter Moss, they all kind of have the guitar background, and then they specialize in ukuleles. So yeah, he wanted to kind of blend his love for electric guitars, and he always loved high-end guitars. Like he always was like inspired by those brands, like more boutique brands. So he took those designs and brought them onto our ukulele. So he didn't want to make like some €100, um, you know, just a
Yeah.
standard one, boring one. So he wanted to make like it look. I don't want to say boutique, but yeah, maybe boutique. Like if you look at the colors of the Pathfinder, like the blue one, like on the electric guitars, this finish you usually find in something really expensive. But
Yeah.
he wanted to bring that to Flight Ukulele.
Oh, that is awesome to hear. And I sort of
Yeah,
guessed reading from the website that your husband was involved, but to know
yeah,
he is the sort of electric side of it. And I bet it's little dreams for him being able to produce things that,
yeah,
he's been inspired by all his play in life as well. That's just
yeah,
blown my mind here, and that brilliant. Thank
yeah,
you. Talking about the electric, am I right in thinking, I hope you don't mind me mentioning this, that you were also Jet guitars then?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right,
That's us.
right. That's just me being nosy because I follow Guitar Geek, and he often reviews the Jet guitars, and I thought, right, so that answers a lot of my questions. Thank you. Right,
Yeah,
on to my sort of speciality now, and I am ashamed to say this, I own the Vanguard, the Flight Path. I've just got myself 2 travel ukuleles, and I've also my favourite ukuleles are my Concert and Tenor Voyager. But I don't actually own a bass by Flight yet, and it's awful. I will, don't you worry, I promise. But how did the bass ukulele start then? Obviously, you've got the rock series, but you've also
yeah.
got the dub electric acoustic as well.
Yeah, electric acoustic was basically, something to have as a base because some customers were asking about it,
Right?
and we didn't want them to go to another brand for that. But what happened with the electric bass was that there was not much in the market. There was nobody doing them,
No.
so we thought, wouldn't it be cool to turn our little electric ukes that were like the success was tremendous and people loved them so much, so why not make them into bass shape? And yeah, we had a lot of samples. It was not easy because the factory is used to making things in full size and not such a small size. So we had to get the scale right and the strings and everything. So when we got the finished product, we were like, wow, this is amazing. And the best thing about it was that it is actually a bass. It's not even like, it's not like, yeah, the thing is, it's not a uke.
No,
It's a bass.
I
And it's on our
100% agree.
website. And our brand is 100% ukuleles at this point. Like we have like Ukulele somewhere. So we were at some point we were thinking, do we even release it as Flight or should it go as Jet? Because it's not actually uke. But then we thought, okay, we kind of see these with ukulele people and with
Yeah.
what Flight is doing. So okay, let's do it as Flight and see the reaction. And the reaction has been really nice. And we're still waiting for all the bass players to discover that we have this product.
The bass players are starting to discover it, I promise you, because I'm a bass guitarist by trade. And so I don't play much because I play all the minis now, but I'm on a lot of forums and I'm starting to see a lot more bass guitarists and bass players picking them up and going, wow. So that honestly, the fact you've done that, I think genuinely say this, you are leading the world in mini basses, and that's what I'm starting to call them, is mini basses, if that's all right with you, because I agree. They're not ukuleles, they are like a bass guitar but fit very nicely into the ukulele group as well, especially when you start looking at your Flights, your rock series, the Centurions and the Vanguards and things. We're talking proper mini rock bands here, which is just awesome. As a teacher, I deal mainly with either older pupils or much, much younger pupils. I think they're brilliant for small children. I really do. Plus, older people like me who don't want to carry big, hefty bass guitars around now. So I've been in awe, and I really think you've got this nailed, because since you've done yours, Carla have come along and done one. Black Star, there are various ones, but you are leading the way at the minute. So thank you ever so much. Okay, so this is from me, but I've been asked this by other viewers as well. Talking about the mini basses, are you planning on doing fretless? I think you've done a left-handed model, possibly, and are you planning on doing 5-string?
Actually, I'm not sure if fretless is gonna sell that well. I guess we would need to do some market research, because the fretless basses, I don't see that many around. Like I know there is some interest and there is like some people who like them, but I'm not sure of the numbers that can be sold. I think we haven't done the left. I think we've done the left version only for the Rock Series uke.
Yeah,
not
you
for
have,
the
not
bass.
for the bass.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's something to consider for sure, because there is always people asking for the left hand, and then there is Alex. So, so yeah, for the 5-string, also I will have to think about it.
That's a difficult one just because of the size. But how about this for a little idea then? Maybe Flight custom shops?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. You mean like custom shop, like on order? Like
On an order, yeah. If somebody wanted a fretless or wanted a left hand or wanted a 5-string, and they'd be prepared to pay more for it. Possibly just an idea?
Usually we don't do those, but maybe sometimes we can consider as a project. We're just doing one custom one, but not electric uke. We're doing one custom high-grade core for one artist of ours who expressed his interest to have like such high-end instruments. I think it will be the most expensive flight we made today.
Yeah, I can imagine. Right, no, that's good to know. Just because it's something I'd be interested in, but I know quite a few people who would also be interested in it as well. Okay, so
what I was gonna say is, like, if you have this custom idea and if you know people who want to order like one-off, maybe email us, and then we see what we can do. And then we will check if it's possible. If not, we will just say sorry, it will not work out. But if it's possible, then we can maybe make it work like we did it with this arty.
A very reasonable answer. I shall start thinking. Okay, what's your favourite flight uke that you've produced so far? Out of all of them?
I think I really like the anniversary series, the blue one. That shade of blue, and like the quilted maple.
The quilt is beautiful. I've got to admit. Right, okay, yeah. And just to see how far you've gone in 10 years, because some of those anniversary instruments really are beautiful. Okay, so what's your favourite flight moment in terms of events or something that's happened to the company?
Oh, I would have to think. Well, I think like I really like doing events, like live events. So we've done this tour with Elise Eklund 4 years ago, and it was like really nice to go to different stores and see like her fans come in and greet her. We've done like those events. Like I think she did one in Edinburgh, then she did one in Cambridge and one in London, and then we went like to different European countries. We went to Italy and France and Netherlands. And in Slovenia, we had like 45 people turn up for her, which was amazing. And so that was a good moment. And another good moment was the tour that we just had in the Netherlands. So we had Peter Moss, and I went on the leg, which was with Peter. So I really liked the energy. I really liked when people turned up and they already knew some of our instruments. They were like trying out the instruments, and then they knew Peter, obviously. So they came to see him live. So that's amazing, because like a lot of stuff that we do, most of stuff that we do is online. So and I haven't gone out much actually since the pandemic. Like we haven't done much events, and we haven't done any trade shows. So actually our first trade show after pandemic was Guitar Summit in Germany this September, and then Shanghai show, where we didn't exhibit, but we just visited. And what I was trying to say is like it's amazing to see live ukulele players, and not just online, just a name on the screen and a picture.
I totally agree. So I went to my first proper sort of ukulele festivals this year for a few years, and it's so nice meeting people exactly that you say you've spoken to online, you've emailed, you've seen them on screen, but to actually meet them in person. I've not met Pete yet. I've met him online loads, but not in person. So I'm really looking forward to meeting him. Although I have met Sammy Turton in person, and he's a superstar as well. Fair play.
Oh, you came to the event in Southern Uke?
No. I did it. And I couldn't make that. I did a workshop and a concert with him last autumn. He came to Wales with his ukulele project tour, and we played in the gig there. So I met him in person, looked at his workshop and everything, and have been in touch with him ever since, because he really is a bit of a rock star. Fair play to him.
Yeah.
I've got two more questions myself, which I'll get to in a minute. But I've got a couple of very quick viewer questions, if you don't mind. First one's from Jude. She's like me. She loves purple. And she's just wondering, are you going to do any more purple ukuleles, especially any more electric ones?
I think Vanguard kind of hits it's the perfect purple ukulele, because it's modeled after which brand, and they are kind of associated with that color. So we thought, okay, this is perfect combo. And then we did the A10 Purple Burst this year.
That's nice. Yes, I've got my eye on one of those.
I think we did like just 10 pieces of them. So it's a limited run.
Don't say that means I've got to go and save some money now to buy it quick. And from me, I mentioned this when I was messaging you, and this isn't just me. I've had a lot of people ask, would you consider doing the Flight mini bass in a purple, possibly purple to black or purple or something, just purely because I know a few people have got the Flight Pathfinders and they don't want them matching, they want something different. So I thought I would just put it out there, but it isn't just me. I've had quite a few people mention purple Flight mini bass.
I think it's a great idea, actually. I think we'll think about it.
That's all I want to.
I like purple as well.
That's all I want to know is you'll think about it. That's all right for me.
Yeah, I like the purple and pink.
Yeah, no, and me, as you can tell. The next one's from Lizette, and she wants to know why most of the new models, especially the high-end ones, only seem to be in tenor size because she's a concert player.
That's the most popular size in that price range, unfortunately, I guess.
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah. We would make more concert but the thing is, like, there is so many ukulele sizes. I was like thinking a few years back that it's so much easier sometimes to make guitars because you don't make it in dreadnought shape and you put some wood combinations and you don't have to make it in 4 sizes.
That's fair enough. No, I think it was something I hadn't thought of, but I thought, no, it's a reasonable question and it's a very reasonable answer as well. And the last one from a viewer, and this is a name I never get right, it's Kunabert, and they're asking, will you make replacement strings for both the electroacoustic bass ukulele and the solid body? And I know this, it's a nightmare trying to get replacement strings for the mini basses.
Mini basses we are making now, so they should be available maybe in a couple of months.
Flat wound or flat wound and round wound?
Yeah, I think so. I think just normal, like the ones that are on them right now.
Right,
and
there we are.
Same ones. We have to finish the box design and then they will be ready to go. And for the acoustic bass, the strings are just Aquila, so you can So we use Aquila strings because we don't make our own. They're like the best for this kind of bass, so we just go with their strings.
I know that's fair enough. To be honest, I literally just read out the question as it was, but yeah, that would make total sense if you use Aquila. Right, so back to the last two things. First of all, I'm sure you're aware that the Ukis or the Ukulele Awards 2023, the Anarchy and the Ukulele, you have been nominated a lot.
Yes.
Yeah? And you were going to win.
I was surprised. I was like, oh my God, what is this? Was not expecting that.
No, fair play. But I think you're the only person who is guaranteed to win because one of the categories only has flight ukuleles in it.
Yay! We're gonna win that one.
Well, I think I'm like you. I'm very much looking forward to the results and everything as well. So a massive well done because flight really, you swept the board with a lot of the categories there. So congratulations. And the very last one, probably a question that too many people ask you. What do you want the future to hold for Flight Ukulele?
Oh, that's a really tough question, I guess. But my, hope for the next couple of years is kind of get more established in the US because, like I mentioned before, we're a European brand. And because we're based here, so most of our efforts are based here. And I think we already got to, I don't want to say the top, but somewhere between the top ones. And we have amazing artists. We have Peter Moss, we have Sami, we have Danny Ucero, we have other, all the very nice fingerstyle players. And I would like to see this happen in other countries where we are present. The US, and we also being sold in some other markets, Mexico, for example, some Latin American markets. So I would like to see the same kind of flight. I don't want to say domination, but
no, I'm going for world domination. Don't mess about, not just flight, world domination.
Yes. I would like to see world domination. So I would like the other countries to to recognize how cool we are. But yeah, I know it's it's a bit trickier for us if we're not present there physically and
Yeah.
we don't know the rules, we don't know how the markets operate. But yeah, we are trying hard. We're going to NAM show next month, I would say. Okay, next month. Now it's like almost December. Today's 30th November. So yeah, we are pretty hopeful for the future.
Well, I'm pretty confident the future is going to look good. I've got to say, if it's going to carry on the way you're going at the minute, the vibe I get talking to other ukulele players, ukulele shops, ukulele events people, is that you are very easy to work with. In other words, you actually listen to what people want. And you can't go wrong if you do that, really, can you? So,
Thank
Juliana,
you for pointing that out.
no, it's all right. Can I say a massive thank you for answering all my questions tonight? It's been thoroughly enjoyable talking to you, and such a pleasure, having loved Flight Ukuleles for a good few years. Looking forward to getting a lot more ukuleles in the future for myself, and to see what the future brings for you guys as well. So thank you ever so much.
Thank you.
My pleasure. And hopefully I'll get to meet you at some point in the future soon.
Yes, hope so too. I mean, I'm not sure when we will be in Wales, but maybe somewhere in the UK.
One day.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you, Juliana, so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Well, that was fun. What a lovely lady. Oh, it was really nice hearing Juliana talk so passionately about Flight Ukulele, and some really interesting answers as well. So I do hope you guys enjoyed watching that as much as I enjoyed doing it. If you'd like to support me here on Ukulele Wales, or indeed on the Ukulelians, I do have a Patreon page, and I will drop a link in the description below. As always, though, I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you've got any comments or questions, please feel free, leave them below. Give us a like if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos. Thank you for watching.